Hi guys, welcome to Code Patcher, and today I will discuss about migrations in Laravel. So, database migration tool in Laravel is a very useful tool, and using this tool, you can control the versioning of your database operations. Okay, like creating, modifying, deleting tables, and lot of other operations like creating index and creating columns, renaming columns, etc. And it is very useful also to set up a new instance of your application in somewhere else and run all the migration at once rather than mm, run the SQL queries, plain SQL queries in database. Okay, so in this scenario, and also it through this you can keep an eye to the different database operation happening in your application from the other users. If you have a if you are working in a team, and you can see what the other developer are changing in the database using this. Okay, so in the Laravel, there is a database folder in the root, and it contains a migrations folder, and the migrations file contain all the migration file of your application by default. You can also change the path using the path flag. We will see in a minutes. Okay, so here is the default location. Okay, so Laravel provides the command artisan command. If you haven't seen my video on artisan console, then you can check that also. I will leave the link in the description box. PHP artisan make migration. Okay, this is the command, and then you will have to give the file name. So let's create a new table first. Create table, let's say books. Okay, and with this you can give your table name using the create flag. Okay, here if you don't give your table name books using the create flag, then Laravel automatically identifying it to try to identify it from your file name, or it will leave blank the template. So we will see the migration file in a while. So let's enter, and it is created this file. So it has been created, and let's open it. Okay, and this file, if you see this file contains the up and down command. Up command will be responsible for your changes in your database, and you will write your operation here which you want to change, uh, which you want to run in your database schema. And the down command, if you want to roll back that change, then you will run a rollback command, and the rollback command will pick up the statement from here. Okay, so always write the down command with the up command also. So it will be very useful in your future endeavors. Okay, so in the up command, as we have given the create flag, okay, so it has automatically templated the migration file, okay, with the create schema command. The schema is a facade in Laravel database, and in this class actually pick the name from your file name you have given in the command. Okay, I have given create table books, then it picked it up from that there. Okay, and whatever class it has created, it extends from the migration core class, and it contains up and down. And in the up and down, we use the schema facade. The schema facade contains so many methods, which facilitates us to do operation on the database. It contains the two parameters. First one is the create command, contains two parameters. So first one will be the table. If you change the table name here, you can. Okay, and the second is the operation block. Here you define the whatever column you want to add. So by default, it has given the ID, time and time stamps. Okay, you can give your other option also, other column. Let's say I want to create the string column. Okay, and the name will be title. There are several other types of column available. I'm using the string. You can check it out in the documentation, like here, available column types. Okay, there are too many, like integer, boolean, date, time, decimal, double, enum, float, whatever you want, you can write here. The other one, I want integer. Okay, and let's say it's a flag. And okay, and the table instance has also the other property also, like if you want to, by default your table will be created with the database engine InnoDB. So let's migrate it first. So the whatever you migration have created, you can run PHP artisan. You can run this migration file with the help of PHP artisan migrate, like this. Okay, so you can see migrating and migrated this. Okay. And I'm using this Laravel demo database and DSC books, and we have the table, whatever, with these fields. Okay, and if you check it out with the show create table command, you can see here the engine InnoDB. Okay, we have we haven't given the engine, but by default it takes the InnoDB. So if you want to change it, and let's say if you want to roll back your changes, okay, and then we can give like this: PHP artisan migrate rollback. Okay, and hit enter. By default, it runs the rollback your previous migration, and you can give also the step flag. We will use in a minute also that. So if you check your table here, show tables, we don't have the books table now. Okay, so let's say this time give the different engine. Let's say I want to create a table with the mysn, not inodb. Okay, like this. So and migrate it, php artisan migrate, and it has been migrated. Now we show the table. Okay, it is there. Let's do in full screen like this. Now you can see properly. And if we run the show create table books, and we can see here our engine is mysn, not indeed. So table instance has several other options also, like if you want to create, if you want to change the char set, or you if you want to create table as a temporary. Okay, and there are too many, you can check that also in the documentation. The migration command we have run, it has it takes several other flag. We will use some of them in this video. Okay, so we have seen the rollback. We can use the step, but how many steps you want to go back in your migration. As by default, uh, it takes the one, and you can give the several other steps. Okay, using the steps. So if we want to give one, it rollbacks the books table, and if we check our DB here, show tables, now the books table has gone. Okay, and you can run again the PHP artisan migrate here. So you can play around it with the migrate and rollback uh, as uh, uh, as so many number of times as you want. Okay, the schema facade is very useful. So you can use it to um, confirm if the table exists, or any column exists in that table also. So let's see it in the code, in the web.php, the base route path. So I will use the schema facade. I have included that at the top. Okay, and schema. So let's dd die dump here, schema, and has table command, this, and check it out, our books table. And now if we refresh our home page, it returns true. And if you give the different if you give the table name that doesn't exist, then it will return false, like books 3. Okay, likewise you can check the column also in the table, has column, and in the books table, let's say uh, it's a title. Okay, so it will return true, and if you say title 4, and it will return false. Okay, so in some situation we need this, so you can use this schema, and it has several other functions. You can check it out in documentation also. Okay, likewise you can use it. So let's go back to our migration file. I want to discuss some other things also. So by default, it uses the default connection in your database. So in your database, configuration config in the database.php. Okay, so in the top it uses the DB connection MySQL, and in the MySQL you have the configuration of your MySQL connection, and this configuration comes from the environment file .env in the root. Okay, and by default it uses the default connection. If you want to use some other connection in your migration, then you can also use this using the connection command. Okay, so schema, there is a connection command. Yes. Okay, so you can see the differences. It fixes the connection. Okay, and then creates part exist, part added. Okay, so if you have a different connection, or you want to run your migration in different with a different uh, connection or DB, then you can use it here. Schema connection command. Okay, sometime we need that in during the development, mainly, that empty our database and recreate all the tables. Then there is a one useful command for that, php artisan. There is a migrate and reset. Okay, the reset command roll back all your migrations. Then means it checks the down function in all your migration and run them like this. Okay, rolling back, roll back. And if you check your DB now, show tables, then you will not have any table because it's rolled back all the migrations. And now if you want it back, then run simply migrate. Now if you check the tables in the right pane, okay, and now if you run the rollback and migrate in the same command, you can use the refresh simply. It will roll back your tables, your migrations, sorry, and then recreate all your tables, all your migrations. Run all your migrations, then you will have your table structure with this command in fresh state. Okay, so it is very useful during the development, but don't run it on the production. Okay, so let's create some other migrations also in terms of changing the column. So we have a table books. Okay, and in the books we have some column title tag created at id like this. And if you want to add new column, simple php make migration. Okay, and add new column to books. With this you can mention or do a table name. Otherwise, you will have to give the table name in your migration file. So you can mention it out here, table books migration. Okay, I forgot to artisan. Okay, and now let's open this file. We have a up and down template, and then the app template. We can add our column. So simple gives your data type of your column. Okay, I will give the integer string, sorry, and let's say description column. Okay, like this. And in the down, we'll have to drop that column. So there is a drop column command. Okay, so you can use the drop column to drop your existing columns. Okay, so in the up command, I have added the new column, and the down, I have dropped the column. So let's run it out. PHP artisan migrate. Okay, it has been migrated, and now if we check our table, the description column has been added. You can see it is the null property. It has no. Okay, so we can change it to default null. So there are two ways you can roll back, or if you want it to change it later, then you can create a new migration. So let's create a new migration quickly. PHP artisan make migration. Okay, change column value, and give the table name books, like this. And let's open this file. And here in the table, and your column name, what we have a string type of column name, column type. Okay, and column name just mention, and make this nullable. Okay, so there are several other parameter also. You can check it out. Column modifier. Okay, like this. I am using this nullable, default true, or you can also pass the false, and you can place your column after the another column using the after auto increment. Is this auto incremented column? Okay, comment for your column. So you can use this using this. available modifiers, and in the last you have to write change. Okay, and if you're changing the existing column, just mention the change at the last. Okay, and in the down, let's copy it. The label false and change. Okay, and now we run it. We have an error, column does not exist. So I think there is a mistake. Description in the column name. So we have a column name. Let's copy it here from here, paste it here, paste it here. Okay, and now if we change, okay, that there was a spelling mistake. So if we change it, if we show it now, okay, it is now default null. So you can change your column default values, if it is nullable or not, or you can rename the column name also. So I don't want, if I don't like the column name, uh, uh, and if you change, if you want to change it, let's create artisan, make migration, rename column name, okay, and table goes to books, and let's open it. Okay, and here let's say give our column name, copy and paste. Okay, and here uh, okay, we want to rename our column name. So there is a function, uh, rename column. Okay, and here you want to give the old column name, and I want to give the tsc. Let's say tsc only and change. And in the rollback, we will do the just opposite of that. From DSC to description. Okay, and now if we migrate it, and now if we show it here, we have the changed column name. Okay, so using this migration we can do our database operation uh, very in a clean way. Okay, so that's all for the today. Okay, I think this is enough for the migration. You can check it out, the documentation. You can create the index also and other things, and do the migration in a ideal way, we can say. Thank you so much.